Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for good, not disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Sometimes your life just feels like one big disaster. It just feels like just nothing is ever gonna change, and God doesn't care whatsoever. And those feelings are so strong with how I felt of just God does not care. I had my identity stolen to where like I woke up one morning and I was negative $2,600 in my bank account. I thought like, okay, this can't be real. I'm looking at this wrong. There's some mistake with the bank. I'll just go over and figure it out. I figured out that it wasn't a mistake. I didn't know what to think at that point because literally I was struggling to have nothing, but now I literally had less than nothing. And my world was just kind of just collapsing at that point. Like, how am I supposed to do anything? I can't feed myself. I was left just powerless. I get a text from my roommate and he says the cops are at the apartment. There's a warrant out for your arrest. I had to basically get back to zero. I had to get this whole threat of bankruptcy off my back. And so I decided to work out of it. I was working at an airport at the time and it was 24/7, so I could just pick up shifts and keep doing it. I probably worked around 23 hours a day where I slept in the airport. I just didn't say anything. I was just trying to keep a smile on my face, and it was hard to be anything but broken, anything but lost, anything but just hopeless. And I asked God, I was like, yo, God, I need you to come through now. Like this is my turning point. This is, if you don't come through for me right now in this hour of need, I don't know. Like there's nothing I can do. I got back to zero. Long story short, I was able to clear my name. And it was just, okay, that huge thing is off, that burden is off my back. And I was thankful for that, but I was still in this place of need. And I was still in this place of just hopelessness and despair. And around that time, my best friend at the time just got killed. And I'm still here just trying to like pretend that I have something to live for. I got accepted to go to an interview in Atlanta. And when I went to this interview, there were 75 other people there, all from all over the world. They all had like 1,000-piece suits on, and I had my uniform on that I had been wearing that entire time that's completely tattered. It's the best thing I owned at the time. I still was completely broke. And I had holes in my shoes. I had, my pants was all frayed at the bottom. I had blood on my sleeves because the manual labor it takes to be outside in the bitter cold, and bleeding through my shirt on the plane on the way to Atlanta, and I had to roll up my sleeves just so I could hide the blood. I looked around and I was just, wow, what was I doing there? Everyone kind of looked at me like what is this guy doing? And I felt it too. I just felt completely like out of place. Long story short, they just were completely, like God kind of took control of that situation. And basically at the end, there was 4 of us out of 75 people that got held back. They offered it to us on the spot. They hired me with holes in my shoes. I was $65,000 in debt from the lawyer fees and from school debt and all these other things, and just being in a rut, for years and years of being in a rut, $65,000 in debt. To today, being completely debt-free. And it's just like insane that God can just completely turn my life around, and to realize that God put this smile on my face, and where I couldn't even try to smile. I couldn't, with all the energy that I had going through what I was going through and praying, God save me, God help me through this. He literally put a smile on my face. I've always lived a life of kind of being alone and kind of not having people in my life that cared. And when I just remember C3 is just one of those places, the first time I walked in, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is different. I've never felt this kind of love before. It's amazing that C3 has really shown me a lot of what family actually is, what love actually is. And I'm so grateful just to be alive. It's just remarkable. It's a story of Job where he just blessed me a million times over of what I could ever think of. He's giving me my life back. You're giving me a life that I never thought I could ever have.